I'm on my way. I can go the distance. Don't want to sing anymore now. Just had a little bit today. Hi guys, and welcome to the Cutting Room Floor podcast. I'm Laura, and I like all things Marvel, murder, and marine. And joining me each week will be my co-host Brian, and co-creator of this podcast. He is awesome, and what he doesn't know isn't really worth knowing. So let's get on with the episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to TCRF.
Hello.
I don't know why I keep putting on that weird voice every time I do the intro, but
I don't know.
What up?
Hi.
How's it going?
We have just finished episode 6 of Game of Thrones. We're going to do a big rundown when it finishes, but I'm still hyperventilating. It was amazing.
Fuck me.
Will you stop swearing?
It was a bit stressful, wasn't it?
It was intense, but we're going to do a big roundup at the end, but it was amazing, intense, ridiculous, just everything.
Oh yeah. Well, and massive disclaimer on the start of this one. We haven't finished Defenders yet. There's 8 episodes and we're normal people with lives. We just haven't. I was hoping to sort of get around to it before this next one, but
life got in the way.
The first 3 episodes are hard work, so we're
going to talk about it next week, aren't we?
Yeah. Still hate Iron Fist. This week instead, because why not? And because filler is the best, and because we didn't come about when these films were all released, so you haven't heard our thoughts on any of them yet. So we are going to do a top 10 comic book movie adaptation, basically.
Yes.
Indeed. We are going to start at 10, work our way up, instead of last time, which we did the other way around.
Oh no.
Yeah, can't do it. I
don't think I've ranked mine.
Oh, well, you have to start.
I'll rank them on the fly.
Yeah, just pick a direction and go for it.
I'm going to rank them on the fly. Can you hear my book? I'm very organised. I've got my book and my pencil. I am ready to go.
You are very organised. I'm impressed.
Seeing as I've got 15 on my list, this might actually be a little bit more awkward than I thought.
Well, you're just going to have to pretend make a top 10 and then just
go from there.
Honourable mentions or something.
I know what number 1 is, I think, so.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're going to have to start with 10. And
you go first.
And go.
You go first.
Yeah, I'm going. So my number 10 is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh.
You don't remember that film, so you can't criticise it.
No, I do remember. It's where he fights all the ex-boyfriends, doesn't he?
He does. One of them is Brandon Routh, who's great in everything he is. He's the Atom in the DC.
Superman.
Yeah, who's also Superman. Yeah. Oh, man, it's so good. What I like about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is that just the ridiculous, retro stylization. I like Michael Cera. He does quite well. It's not the comic book series. It's not even close. But Edgar Wright. Yeah, he does a really good
job. Is it an Edgar Wright film?
It is.
Ah, I love Edgar Wright.
Yeah, absolutely awesome.
He's a very nice man, or he seems to be a very nice man.
Yeah, I mean, he could just be very good at acting, but no, I'm sure he's nice. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Again, I don't know why I'm putting on a voice.
I can't really add much because the only thing I can remember about it is that he fights all the ex-boyfriends and they're all weird. There's an
special moves and power-ups and there's an ex-girlfriend in there, and it's so good. It is it's like a video game that you're watching. I don't know. I just really like it. I think it's very funny. Edgar Wright, literally everything he does. He's the guy who did the Cornetto trilogy, so Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, everything he does, he's very good at building scripts and just writing very worded, punny sort of scripts that I love. Laura's dying.
I'm alright. I'm fine. I needed to walk it off. I'm all good.
I covered for you, but then I just
Thanks.
told everyone. I just had to update it.
Do you want me to do my number 10?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, my number 10 is Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Nice.
I like the bit where all the heads explode and it's all bright coloured lights.
And it was like opera music. Well, I don't remember what it is, but
yeah. And it's like, and I like that the Samuel L. Jackson, the baddie, eats McDonald's and thinks that it's like super gourmet. And I like Colin Firth.
Yeah.
And Taron Egerton.
Yeah, well, it kind of. So this film sort of came out of nowhere for us because we had no idea about the comic in advance of watching this. We just knew that it was written by Millar, who's who Kick-Ass we'd seen before, and I quite like Kick-Ass.
I like Kick-Ass too.
I don't think it made either of our lists, Kick-Ass, but
no, not my list.
I quite liked it. Our first meeting of Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's since been in literally everything. He's been in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even
Quicksilver.
Even in that film, Nocturnal Animals, which I saw, and I was like, "Whoa, this is weird." Also, he was like a hillbilly, which is super unpleasant. But yeah, Millar is a bit hit and miss with people. He also wrote Wanted, which got turned into a film, which was nothing like. I think Millar was Wanted, which is nothing like the comic book. The comic book was sort of in a universe where superheroes existed at one point, but then got wiped out by the supervillains. This is way too much information. Nobody cares about any of this.
Not really.
But so we knew some of Millar when we came into it, and I wasn't sure, you weren't sure what we were going to expect.
I just really liked it,
and it was like it was really entertaining.
It was a bit funny,
a
bit serious, a bit silly, and I liked it.
Really actiony.
Yeah.
Like quite brutally violent in places,
but then they did it in such a way that like you knew it was like obviously blood.
Yeah.
But they did all the like fireworks and stuff, so then you were like, it was a bit comic booky, like
a bit cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then the joke at the end with the lady giving him a
that was pretty funny.
Pleasurable experience.
It's like she's
we don't have to. Everybody knows. We don't have to say it.
I want to do the voice.
No.
Okay.
You don't need to do the voice.
Maybe we could do it in Danish. I think that's the words. All right, moving on.
Number 9.
There's so much more to say about Kingsman. It's my number 3, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty high up on this
dear.
list. I mean, again, I took this slightly more seriously than last week, but the week before last week. But not that much more seriously. There are too many to choose from. But
But hence why my list was like 15 long.
Yeah, absolutely. And the second one looks to be pretty solid as well.
Yeah, so. I'm excited for that to come out.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Massive fan of that film.
Number 9.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man didn't even make my list. Wait. Okay. Let me see if I can remember which one it is.
Okay.
So, I think Spider-Man 2 is the one where Tobey Maguire, aka Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, gets the Venom costume.
Nope, not that one. That's Spider-Man 3. Which is a mess and is terrible.
I think Spider-Man 2 is the one where Spider-Man and Green Goblin fight.
That's the first one.
Then I don't know what Spider-Man 2 is. What happens in Spider-Man 2?
Do you honestly not know?
Nope.
I thought you were doing a thing. No, Spider-Man 2 is the one where Alfred Molina, he invents like a ridiculously high-powered energy source, and then he has to use a whole load of tentacle things drilled into his back to
so it's Doc Ock
to manage it, because he can't touch it with his bare hands, and then but don't break the thing on the back, because then the AI of the tentacles will get into your brain and control you. Weird concept.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's pretty good. This was a time when there wasn't anything else. I just want to point that out there. But also, this is the least whingy Tobey Maguire as well. I'm still pretty. I don't know. There's something about the guy that makes me want to hit him in the face. He's still very wet and just not fun as a character at all. But Spider-Man 2 had a lot. Had a lot of good action scenes.
Was he the only villain, Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Okay,
so, yeah.
That's all right then.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty weird. I don't really like the origin for Doc Ock, but when it gets going, it's pretty good. There's some pretty cool fight scenes, like I said,
Is that the one where James Franco is becoming Green Goblin?
That's the third one as well. He doesn't really...
Okay.
He sort of hints at it in the second one.
So, I've seen the first and the third one, obviously.
The worst of the two. No.
Three.
The first one's not bad, actually. And three.
The worst of the three.
Yeah. But 3 is just a weird mess of stories they wanted to jam in, and it gets very confusing. But yeah, that's my number 9. What's your number 9?
Dread.
Nice. I see that you've in your book you've turned the A into another D.
Because I was texting you about it, you kept spelling it and I'd obviously spelled it wrong, so I put it to right. I like Carl Urban's face acting in Dread, and it's slow-mo, right? Yeah.
Your favourite person in the world, Lena Headley?
She's not my favourite person in the world.
I'm just saying, you probably hate her because she's Cersei.
I don't hate her because I will tell you later why I don't hate her.
Well, I was making a joke about that.
Yeah, but I don't hate her.
You didn't really.
She's one character. There are more characters that she plays that I like than that I don't like.
And
so
it just was funny because Game of Thrones is topical.
Yeah, but it wasn't because I don't hate her.
You didn't have to hate her for it to be. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Your joke fell flat.
Dread.
Just run away with it.
Dread is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Some good solid fighting scenes.
Yeah, it mostly takes place
story
in a single apartment block, which is very nice.
I like that.
A very minimalistic set.
And I think Carl Urban is great.
Carl Urban is great in most things.
I've read one Judge Dredd comic.
Yeah?
The one that you've got, I don't know which one it is. You know, the one that you've got as the
first one of the Judge Dredd collection thing.
Yeah.
But it's not really 100% Dredd focused. It's sort of a mix of Mega City 1 stories, basically.
But I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, I like the comics, and the horrible future that they sort of horrible 80s punk future that they they're showing people, but yeah, and the film did a pretty good job. You've never seen the original 1995 film, have you?
No.
So I have.
Good.
It's not bad. It's not
which is better?
The new one is more. Well, it's sort of grimmer. Sylvester Stallone did 2 movies around the same time: Demolition Man and this, and they're both
Judge Dredd. Yeah.
Essentially the same film.
Oh.
He's a guy who this is just like a hero. Just like, hey, I'm Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
Okay.
And like
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, and it's just a solid action film. It's not very dready, but it's got costume, and it's in the future. It's all quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it stands up. I haven't seen it in ages, but
pretty solid films.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any more? I'm number 7.
Yeah, go number 7.
Go on, you do your 7.
Okay.
You're the lead.
We're taking it in turns.
No, you're doing it first. I'm doing it second.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mask of the Phantasm. This is a bit of an honourable mention because I am
An old man.
a ridiculously big fan of the Batman the Animated Series. And Mask of the Phantasm is a Batman the Animated Series movie. And it's amazing. It's real good.
I've never seen it. So this is all
so
you.
It's
Oh no, it was 8, sorry. Did you do your 8?
I did 7.
We missed 8.
We fucked it.
Oh dear.
Alright, we'll come back. I wasn't even paying attention. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. Rewind. It's very fun, like simple Batman adventure where it turns out that the only new person in Gotham is the bad guy. So, but it's cool. It's really well made. The Phantasm is like a cloaked figure with blades who basically wants to take the law into her own hands and kill a whole bunch of people. Spoiler for that film. And Batman stops him.
Her.
And it's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's really good fun. And Batman the Animated Series, just love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. While I remember, because I'm going to forget again, there's like a 2-part mini-series that we should watch called Superheroes Decoded.
Okay.
And it's like voice actors by loads of famous people in comics and interviews with loads of famous people in comics and narrated by Kevin Conroy, Batman, the animated series Batman.
Yeah.
And it's like each episode's like 2 hours long, but they talk about this was a suggestion from a friend actually. They talk about how comics progressed and changed in America. It's really interesting.
Okay, really we'll watch that.
But yeah, if you've never seen Batman the Animated Series or want to see more Batman stuff, like all the Batman the Animated stuff is solid, but Mask of the Phantasm is a really easy in. It's just so much fun. I love it so much.
Cool.
There's also there's another one that didn't make my list, and now I want to mention Batman Beyond or Batman of the Future in the UK. Return of the Joker is another really, really good animated Batman movie, which is just it's stunning. I'm gonna ruin it again, but Tim Drake.
Don't ruin it if you're recommending it to people.
Oh, it's just so good.
Just say it's really good.
Just a massive twist, because in Batman Beyond, it's sort of slightly ahead of the future, and the Joker's been dead for a long time, but he comes back.
Oh gosh.
And everyone's like, what the fuck? And the twist is really good. It's really dark.
Okay.
Really
Stop
dark.
talking. I'm going to do my number 8 now.
Okay, do your number 8 now.
My number 8 is... This is literally mine and mine alone, and I love it. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I know it's rubbish. It's not a very good film, but I adore it. I have watched it probably about 25 times, and I love all the really steampunk vehicles that are kind of modern but old, and all the guns and Quatermain, Sean Connery, I love. Mina Harker, love. I adore that film, and it's my guilty pleasure, and I don't care if you hate it because I love it, and it's my number 8.
Is the villain of Moulin Rouge? It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, and the
villain of
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, yes.
Yeah, I've forgotten his name. Yeah. I actually don't hate that film. I quite enjoy it. I don't know. It's a
just
bit daft, but
it's just silly and
it holds my attention a lot more than a lot of modern daft films that I've seen and gone no. And also, yeah, I think it's well cast. I really like it. And Jekyll and Hyde's great.
Yeah.
Nemo and his ship is great.
Oh yeah.
Ship/submarine. Yeah,
And Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray is great.
Dorian Gray, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty solid, I think.
It's just a silly film and I enjoy it. Number 7.
Hold on. I want to do... Okay, I'll do my 8 and then we'll come back for your 7. What do you reckon?
Yes, that's what I meant. So
Cool.
we're now calling it 7, but it's going to be your 8.
Okay.
Because you've done your
I've done
7. Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
so do your 8 and I'll do my 7. But 7.
Okay. All right. We brought it up at the end of the... somewhere in the middle of our previous podcast, but Punisher Warzone, I really love. I think it's really good.
Never seen it. Again, you're going to have to lead this one.
It's great. It's good fun.
It's...
really brutal.
Wait. Can't remember his name. The Englishman.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, he's great. He's awesome.
Does he have a minigun?
Don't remember. But it's just a very good, very violent Punisher. We spoke about it before. We don't need to talk about
Punisher
it anymore.
Warzone, is that a comic or is it just a story or?
I think it's a comic book arc, but it is basically Punisher Max, which is a comic line from back in the day where, which was like the adult Marvel comic books were all whatever Max, and the first line on any of those comics is a swear word. Fun fact, because they were like, this is for adults. Very silly. Yeah, no, I've spoke about it enough already. Punisher Warzone, love it.
Okay, my 7 is Deadpool.
Ah, nice. It's a good choice.
Yeah. So obviously that was like one of the first like R-rated comic book movies, and I think obviously Deadpool is widely known as breaking the fourth wall, and I think the way that they did it, because it could have gone one of two ways. It could have been done really, really well, or it could have been done really, really badly. And I think they hit it just right. The tone of it was perfect.
Yeah.
And like I read quite a lot of Deadpool comics at the moment. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe and all that. Again. And I just think that it was done so well, and unfortunately there's now this culture of like, if one film works they're gonna keep trying to do it, but
keep trying to do what?
R-rated comics and like adding silliness into comics and making the music fit the comic, like the film, but that was the original and quite frankly the best, I think.
Given how long they spent working on this film, it's good. It's great that it works, and Ryan Reynolds is amazing. So
yeah, and I have to say that Deadpool 2 looks amazing. The artwork, set photos, pictures of Cable look incredible.
Yeah,
and if they hit the right tone for Deadpool 2 that they hit for Deadpool, I am going to be one very, very happy lady, because I love Cable. He's one of my favourite superheroes.
Definitely.
So I'm very excited.
And who cares that it's Josh Brolin? Josh Brolin is...
He's Thanos, so what?
Well, you're not going to be able to tell that he's Thanos. I mean, he's not really modelled after him or anything. Yeah, no, I think that's completely fair. While we're on the subject of Ryan Reynolds, honourable mention to Green Lantern.
No.
It's a terrible film. No, don't even waste your time. The concept of Green Lantern is always one that eludes most non-comic book fans, but that's because like if you write him pretty well, it's just basically like Space Police. But if you write him really poorly, then he's got this weird ring that can do whatever he wants, and it's very weird. And then but not only that, but in the film they screwed up. It was a really shite script, but they also screwed up Hector Hammond, and they screwed up Parallax as well. So
yeah, it just wasn't very good, was it?
No, they had some potential in there, and the super suit glowiness, which he references in Deadpool, which is great. Yeah, it didn't really work.
No.
Like the same thing with Power Rangers. The new Power Rangers, like if you make the suits too detailed and too over the top, then it's too much, and the screen. I don't know. You lose sight of what you're looking at. I think a little bit.
Number 6.
Yeah. Number 6. My number 6.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of these can hit the top spot. So I'm just gonna.
Go with
I've
one.
just decided to switch to 6 for 4 just because
Go on then.
I'm living on the wild side.
Go on then.
I was quite committed to my previous list. I've just ruined this one. But Hellboy, the first one.
Oh, Hellboy was on my honourable mention list. I like Hellboy if I can remember it. So what I remember of Hellboy is he's a big red devil.
Yeah.
So he's the son of a demon, right? Or the son of the devil?
Sort of.
Okay. For ease, he's the son of a demon, right?
Yeah.
And he's
the son of a multi-headed, multi-dimensional dragon.
Okay, excellent. And he wants...
Dragon god.
And he doesn't want to be that, so he shaves off his horns.
Yeah.
And he's raised by a doctor.
He's raised by a scientist. He's not really a doctor.
Oh, okay.
He's forgotten his name. Played by John Hurt. He basically, so like during the Nazi invasion, Nazis are rumored to have done a shitload of experiments or whatever. They in the Hellboy universe they hired Grigory Rasputin from Anastasia fame.
Yep.
To try and win the war for them. He's crazy mystic, like super crazy, and he wants to summon a demon to Earth with the power of the multi-headed dragon god, whose name is like lots of gogs, and I don't remember what it is. And he summons he succeeds in summoning a demon, but it sort of goes slightly wrong. He summons a baby demon.
Aww.
To their castle. At this point, the good doctor, it works for the government. He's trying to stop the Germans, so they've infiltrated the base, and the demon is summoned outside of the base, and the doctor finds him first.
Aww.
And that's sort of that's basically his story in the comics as well. Yeah, and he just grows up with the Humies.
And then he loves the Fire Lady.
Yeah.
And the Fire Lady's a bit mental.
Which just when he shaves off the horns, they sort of flatten out and they look like goggles on his head.
That's what I thought.
Good.
That's what I thought they were to begin with.
So,
and you had to explain to me that they were his horns that he'd shaved off.
Yeah.
And I just thought they were too big. Why is one hand bigger than the other again?
It's a key to unlocking the power of the dragon god.
Okay. And why is the Fire Lady crazy?
She is possessed by a fire demon parasite. And
so she can't use her power.
She's sort of schizophrenic.
Or she can use her power.
She can use her power, but she's basically... It's sort of not really clear why she's in a crazy house. But the point is, if she gets it too emotional, then she'll just burn things because she's not got much control over it.
And then the little fish man.
Abe Sapien, yeah.
What's he?
He's cute.
He's
the missing link. So
he's cute. I know that much.
It's kind of all based on sort of Universal Monster era concepts almost, and Abe Sapien is the missing link character who basically is a missing link between
fish and people.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. He's also, because he's also got little suckers on his hands that are psychic, and he can breathe on water.
I liked him.
He's cool. He's a great character. And
what's the man's name who plays Hellboy?
Ron Perlman.
He's really good.
He's awesome in everything. In literally everything, I love Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
He's very much just himself, but it works for
yeah, and he
Hellboy.
smokes a
Big old cigar.
cigar, doesn't he? Yeah, I like Hellboy.
Yeah, me too.
They're doing...
One thing I didn't like, but they sort of dropped the pretext of it very quickly, was that when they introduced the characters again in Hellboy in the modern day, when Hellboy's all grown up, they introduce a new character to then you can sort of experience the introduction of the characters through this new guy. And they don't really... He's not really in it that much, in fairness, but like... That always annoys me. Just we get it from context who these things are. Just pit them. Step one, business as usual. That's what I like. That's what should. Here's a really good way to build characters in a universe. You just start the first scene, whatever the first scene is. You just have them doing whatever it is their job is in the universe. Done. You then instantly understand who the characters are and what they're doing, and you don't have to talk about it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is who cares?
Brian's rant for the day.
Yeah.
You want my number 6?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this will be a musical clue. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Hooked on a feeling. Do 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 do. I'm high on believing. Do 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 do.
Suicide Squad?
No.
Yes, this is on my list as well.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Volume 1, yes.
Again, this basically came out of nowhere for us.
Yeah. What?
Go for it.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Take the lead.
I
Talk about it if you want.
I like Rocket and Groot. They're my favourites because they're really cute, but also they're just so lovely together, aren't they? Where they're like, when they're in the prison and like they need to find all the stuff, and he's like, Rocket's like shooting the gun, and Groot's just screaming, rah, and then they're just shooting things, and like to begin with, obviously they don't really like each other, and they're just there to like get a job done. Yeah. But then at the end, they all join their hands to touch the Infinity Stone, and they're all like best friends, but they're like sort of a bit mean to each other, but you know that they really, really like each other, really. And I love all the music in it, and how the music like sets the scene is really, really good in that film. Yeah,
a place where the music works really, really well is that film. It's a little bit like of a nostalgia whore, but it is really it works so well, that film. I love it. Yeah, we didn't really, obviously Guardians of the Galaxy
and it's so pretty as well. Like
absolutely.
Visually, it's really, really pretty, which is a huge draw for me.
Definitely, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's one of the only films that I've actually enjoyed in 3D.
I still didn't really care about it in 3D.
No, but like I don't care about 3D. But if I had to say like one film that I liked in 3D, that was one of them. Yeah.
It's one of the few, again, that we've not read the comic books of, because nobody had read the comic books of Guardians of the Galaxy at this point.
I've read some Guardians of the Galaxy comics.
Only in hindsight.
I've read where Groot and Squirrel Girl like join forces, and it's really good.
That's cool. But yeah, no, what I meant is going into the film, yeah, no.
Oh, no. I hadn't read any Guardians of the Galaxy.
And even then, this was a remix of the Guardians of the Galaxy anyway.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's so good. It's so much fun. Chris Pratt does a great job. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is also really good. We watched that again recently.
Can we have a shout out for Dave Bautista? He is,
as probably our second favourite WWE wrestler who's gone into acting.
Yes. And now he's just doing all the films, and I think he's really good. And some people don't really rate him, but I think he's doing fine,
I really
He just needs a bit of training and he'll be fine. He's good.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's great, and I like him as a character who has no filter and like only speaks in language and doesn't get metaphor.
Brilliant,
it's so much fun. And
It would not go over my head. My reflexes are too quick.
And honourable mention to Lee Pace as well for Ronan.
Oh, Ronan, yeah.
Because he's quite intimidating.
Scary as.
Yeah, and
just want to punch him in the face.
He's got a really specific voice.
Yeah.
Like even as Elfman in Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit, he's still got the same voice.
I just always remember him from Pushing Daisies.
Yeah, which is a show I've never really properly seen all the way through.
I love Pushing Daisies.
Good fun.
Yeah.
That's my number 5. So, love Guardians. Absolutely love it.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk about the number 6 if I can take the wheel for a sec.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had a number 6.
Yeah. Well,
oh yes. Okay. Your Guardians of the Galaxy was your number 5. You do your number 6. Yes.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's my number 4. Yes.
Oh wait, no, this is my number 4. All the way around. Because I switched Hellboy for Winter Soldier, and then I went. So what happened is I switched Hellboy for Winter Soldier, and then I went back to my list, and then I read the 6, and I just went for it. Winter Soldier is my number 4, and then we're on 4 now.
No, but I missed out. We missed out 5.
What? No. So okay. Hellboy was my number 6, and then Guardians was your number 6. Please hold. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Guardians.
Okay. So my number 5.
Yeah.
Is. Oh, this is confusing now.
I'm so confused. I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
Fuck it.
My number 5 is the first Avengers film, The Avengers.
Whey! That's my number 2. Fun fact.
Okay, this is going to get confusing now
Doesn't
that we're
matter.
getting the same ones.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go for it.
First time we get all the Avengers together, because we had had we had before that? We'd had Iron Man.
Yeah.
Boo. We had some Iron Man films.
Some of which are okay. The first one's not bad.
We had a Hulk film, which is that related or not related?
Yeah, technically it would still be in the same universe because the guy who plays Thunderbolt Ross comes back in Civil War as Thunderbolt Ross.
And had we had a Captain America film?
No. So the first 2 Marvel films were Iron Man and the Hulk, and they came out a month apart from each other, April and May.
And then we had the Avengers. So we'd seen a couple of characters, but we hadn't seen the full...
sorry. We did have Captain America before, and it came before the Avengers, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I said it.
Okay.
Really
so we'd seen like 3 characters then, I guess.
Is there anyone else on that list? Thor? No, Thor came out before Avengers as well.
Okay, so we had 4 of them then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the only ones we hadn't seen were Black Widow and Hawkeye,
which we had seen in cameos in the other films, basically.
Okay.
So
we'd seen all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Black Widow's in a load of in a load of them, and Hawkeye's in Thor.
Hawkeye is, but he sits in the roof,
he's like,
doesn't he?
Where's the hawk? He's like, in his nest. And then other cheesy line when they're like, hey, why don't you guard it from down here? And he's like,
I can see better.
I can see much better from up here, thanks. and then when they're under attack, it does this ridiculously cheesy, which we've seen before in something, but I can't think of what. Scan through a load of like automatic weapons, and then there's just a bow on the end. Picks up the bow.
He's brilliant.
We're not talking about Thor though. We're talking about Avengers. I love Avengers. We've spoken about it loads. It's just it's a really well paced, really well rounded superhero movie that has a really cool ending, and
it has the coolest villain ever.
Yeah, Loki. You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Just the best villain.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
He's one of the villains that you sometimes want to win, just a little bit.
He's great, and he's great in the Thors as well.
But we're not talking about the Thors. We're talking about the Avengers.
Indeed.
Any particular favourite parts of the Avengers?
We have spoken about this.
I like the bit where Hulk punches the whale. The alien whale. That's good. And the bit where Hulk throws Loki around. And the bit where Hulk turns around and goes, oh, my secret is I'm angry all the time. Punches the whale in the face. Just any bits with the Hulk are pretty good, I think.
Those are all the best bits. When they're on the ship and they're all like arguing and they're not teaming up, and then instantly when shit hits the fan, they're teaming up. Love that. Love the opening.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a huge fan of the Iron Man suits. I couldn't give a shit about Tony Stark. I think he's a knob, but the suits are just
You like
amazing.
the suits.
I've got like a billion action figure Iron Man.
You
It's
do.
so good. But yeah, 100% my superpower would be enough money to build one of those. But yeah, I think that's it on the Avengers. Well, have you got anything else to say?
No, love it.
Cool. My number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
We've done that.
So, 4.
4.
What's your 4?
No, you're 4.
Captain America Winter Soldier. Yours is also
My 4 is
Winter
Captain
Soldier.
America Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. High five, we matched.
High five. That was a real, genuine high five.
It was. We do good high
A
fives.
crisp high five, as Deadpool would say.
Yeah. Oh, cross it off my list.
What do you like about Winter Soldier?
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It has the feeling of a bit of like a kind of spy movie.
Yeah.
Like, it has a lot of emotion to it, which I really, really like. You know, especially when he finds out that
The Winter Soldier.
the Winter Soldier is Bucky, and like you can feel, just from his face, you can feel his emotion, and I think that is a really powerful part of that film to why I enjoyed it so much. Chris Evans, I think, is very, very good at portraying raw emotion, and like there are some little silly bits in it as well, like
yeah, absolutely.
the relationship between Black Widow and Captain America starts like coming through in that film.
Yeah, completely, absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean, pretty much everything you said. But there was something going about. Like, I don't know if it was a little mini comic strip that someone had done, or that like it was fan made, or it was added onto a Captain America comic. But just at the end, it was just basically a little like silly Bucky and Steve messing about, and then right at the end, like Bucky helps him out, and then just at the end, all it says is even when I had nothing, I had Bucky, which is like it's such a good line from that film, because their relationship does feel pretty real, and
Theirs feels the most genuine out of everything in the like Avengers verse.
I'd probably say
I
so.
think.
Yeah, and it's the foundation of Civil War as well, which is just so important. And yeah, completely buy it, 100%. And I love the introduction of Falcon. I think he's a great character.
Oh, Falcon is amazing.
Sam is just so
Sam
funny.
Wilson.
Just even his introduction is great when he's just like, on your left.
Isn't it on your 6?
No, on your left, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's passing him on the left.
Okay, yeah.
Rather than being behind him, because he wouldn't say he's behind him.
Yeah, right. Okay, you win.
But yeah, it's funny because their relationship is quite good as well.
Yeah.
I like the bants, and they're sort of both a bit like scarred from Warner. So, yeah, he does a really good job. I've forgotten the guy's name. The guy who plays him.
No.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's really bugging me.
Okay. Excellent.
Um.
Someone's going to be screaming at us later.
Yeah.
Dale.
Oh man, what the fuck is his name?
That one's just for you, Dale. There you go. I'll make sure you listen to this.
He might not even know either, to be fair.
Well, if he does, then
he will be screaming it.
He'll be screaming it right now.
Yeah, so much fun. One fun fact about Winter Soldier is that, which you already know, obviously I tell you all my fun facts.
Yeah.
So they're incredibly boring for you most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the in the beginning of the film, when Sam gives him the list of things to go and catch up on his life, when he opens up the book and you look at it, the list of things that he needs to catch up on to get to the present day is different depending on what country you're in. Completely different.
I don't remember that fact.
Yeah, no, it's...
So actually, that was a very fun fact.
There you go.
Thanks.
Fun fact. You are welcome. Yeah, but no, really good film. Watch it, please. It's great. Just, even if you don't like the Marvel Universe, please just watch that film. It feels separate enough that it's great.
Yeah.
Some other really good one-liners. Hey, that lady from reception will go out with you if you ask. And he's like, that's why I don't ask.
And then he jumps out of a plane.
Yeah. He's like, and then a guy goes, did he have a parachute? And Rumlow's like, nope.
That's when Crossbones tries to beat him up in the elevator.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's an amazing
that
scene. I love that scene.
That fight scene is incredible.
And again, pretty good one-liner at the beginning. Just before we start, does anybody want to get out?
So good.
It's so good. And I like that they were prepared for him as well, because it's so important in this to be believable to have them prepare for his super strength, because if they're just coming at him with nothing, then they've got nothing. But they've had the big magnetic things.
Yeah.
Like, it's clever. It makes you feel more like they actually planned this and they were like an actual strike team rather than idiots, goons, which is good, which is important. Yeah. Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3. What's your number 3? Go for it.
Do you want to do your number 3?
My number 3 is Kingsman, so...
Okay. My number 3 is Watchmen.
Right. Didn't even graze my top 10.
Oh. Well, how would... Well, no.
Okay.
I know why it didn't graze your top 10, because I reckon your 3, 2 and 1, I can guess right now.
Well, you've already not been able to guess 3. Because it was Kingsman.
Oh. Actually, no, this is ruined now because I thought...
Oh, and my 2 is Avengers.
Oh. So then it's ruined because I thought your top 3 were going to be...
Batman, and Batman.
Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, whatever the third one is.
No. Batman Begins, which is the first one.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Dark Knight is technically the second one, but because it's got a different title, it is confusing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought your 1, 2 and 3 were going to be.
They are my number 1, so carry on.
Oh, okay. If you clumped them into 1.
Hey, if you're allowed to do it with Disney movies.
Okay, alright then. So, Watchmen. It's...
After you talk about your 3, 2 and 1, I'm just going to go on a massive rant about the Batman trilogy.
Okay, we'll do that then. So I'll do my 3, 2 and 1.
Cool.
So my 3 is Watchmen. Yeah, it's a bit of a grittier comic book adaptation than maybe we were used to. I know, like, what we've had after Watchmen was maybe we've had some other grittier things, you know, like Logan. But I think that was like one of the first kind of...
Even one of the first comic book movies, like proper comic book superhero movies.
And I know I sometimes moan about filters, but I love the filter that they gave that film where it's all like blue.
It's very...
film noir, kind of...
It's very Zack Snyder filter, but...
Yeah. Rorschach, great. Owlman, awesome. The comedian.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah. Mr. Manhattan. Bit of a
This is our guessing game. What's the lady's name?
She's got a name that's 2 letters that are the same.
Yep.
And I want to say CC.
SS.
Silk Spectre.
There you go. Not the first Silk Spectre either.
No, her mum. But I just think they're they are superheroes, but they're like real people as well. And
they exist in the world, yeah.
They're in a grittier world.
I will say this for it, because I didn't hate it either. it showed us something we'd never seen on film before, which is quite important, I think, which is the reality of an ongoing superhero universe, which is kind of what it was going for.
Yeah.
Because they had the previous team and then the now team, which worked quite well.
Yeah.
The only problem with the film is that it's sort of a bit too emotionless in places, and just, I don't know, acting wise. Laura's gone away. I'm gonna cover for her with elevator music.
No, I'm back. I just needed a glass of water.
Oh, you're back. Yeah, and it's a bit long. Like, actually...
Oh, I liked it.
Could have been shorter.
I liked it that length.
But yeah, pretty good. Nothing like the comic book even at all, but pretty solid.
Yeah.
The comic book is better, but that's not surprising. It's Alan Moore.
Number 2 for me.
Honourable comment, because it was your number 3 and Kingsman was my number 3. Drawn by the same guy, Steve Gibbons.
Yeah. My number 2, we don't need to say too much about it because I mentioned it in my Disney rundown. Big Hero 6.
Yay!
It's stunning. I love it. The stupid robot is amazing.
Again, nothing like comic. Doesn't matter though.
No.
As long as it's a good film.
Yeah.
Because I was going to put Constantine on my list almost. Very tempted. The Keanu Reeves one. Because even though it's nothing like the comic, I still would have loved to have seen more of that universe. Because that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you love Constantine, don't you?
Such a huge fan of the concept. Even though he was American and not Mancunian.
Yeah.
Whatever. He didn't look like Sting at all. Whatever.
You want my number 1 now?
Yeah, do it. Boom!
300!
Boom!
Again, guilty pleasure 101. Men running around in effectively loincloths with swords.
Another Zack Snyder.
Who's not going to be happy with it?
Yeah.
I can't tell you why I enjoy it so much. But I, again, probably seen it about 20 times, and I can just watch it and watch it and watch it. And
just saved your pants.
Thank you. I even liked the second one, Rise of an Empire, and 300 is the reason that I love Lena Headey, because she's in it and she's great.
It's either Lena Headey or Lena Headley, or Headey or Headley. I have no idea. I've just ruined her name.
You've got it, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's great. I agree.
Especially in the second one as well. She's not in it very much, and Eva Green in the second one. Oh, she's crazy. Crazy woman.
Cool.
But I just love those films.
I enjoyed the first 300 film. There's a place for films that are just action films, stylized action films. There's maybe a place for Zack Snyder in the world.
I do very much enjoy a good action film, don't I?
Yeah, well, I mean, we both quite like stylized ones as well. I mean, I really like John Wick.
John Wick is great.
Which is another really heavily stylized one. We might see Atomic Blonde at some point, which is another heavily stylized one.
Yeah.
And there is a place for them, but the thing is, Zack Snyder does better when he doesn't have to deal with personalities of people, and they're like, I don't know, it's a very, very simple core concept. He can make things look very pretty and drastically overuses slow motion, but whatever.
I love slow motion. I love slow motion.
I've grown to hate it.
I love when, like in 300, they're doing sword things, and then you'll just see like a really slow-mo like sword go across someone's chest, and then this is why, and this is not for everybody, but why I really like 300 is all the like ridiculous like blood spurt where it's like
massively over the top.
They've got so many like blood bags and they're just like and it's just squirting out, and it's not real, but that's why I sort of love it, I think. And the stylizedness of it, I really enjoy.
Super simple concept, executed really well. I wouldn't, again, didn't graze my top 10 really, but it's fine. There are so many comic book films that we could talk about for days, I think.
Yeah. You can talk about Batman now.
Woo! Woo!
For those of you that don't know, Brian loves Batman. I think Brian wants to be Batman. I think Brian wishes Batman was real. He just loves Batman. So this is him. Take it away. Your top one.
It would be the Dark Knight trilogy, which is kind of silly to call it that when one of the films isn't called The Dark Knight. But yeah, I quite like Christopher Nolan as a filmmaker. What he does that I like are real sets quite a lot of the time. Very little CGI. Really, he builds tension quite well, which actually I think is also his downfall as well, because some films he does are just building tension, and when you're building tension for that long, you just people just lose interest. I mean, we talked about it enough with Dunkirk, but IMAX cameras, he absolutely loves IMAX cameras, and that has a very much Nolan filter across as well, all of his films, I would say. Yeah, now, Christian Bale is probably not the best Batman for me, because I'm a bit more, as I say, loving the animated series, so I prefer a Batman who is much more like overtly smart. Like, I'm not saying that he's not smart in that, because he's clearly incredibly tactical all the time, which I love in all of the Batman films, but he's missing something that means that I'm not really sure. He's not really a perfect Batman for me, but he does make a really good Bruce Wayne when he's flicking between like billionaire playboy, pretending to be a billionaire playboy, and then flicking between that and Batman. It's just amazing, 100% believable. Batman Begins, the weakest of the three, probably because when Warner Brothers gave it to him, they were like, you have to do the Batman origin story this way. And then, because it was a pretty reasonable success, they were then like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
The opening scene to The Dark Knight is still one of my favourite opening scenes to any film ever.
Is that the one with the
bank robbery?
The bank robbery. That's really good. And
also, I believe it's still used now to test sound systems because of the quality of sound. Stunning. Stunning.
When Brian got his new 5.1 surround sound system, that was the first thing that he put on. He was like, just sit here. So I had to sit right in the middle. He's like, don't move. So he put all the speakers around me, like, set them all up, and then he was like, just, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Just listen to this. And I was like, yeah, it's great. And he was like, what? You don't understand.
Yeah. Oh man.
But it was very good. I did enjoy it.
I could literally talk about it for days, but Ra's al Ghul in the first one, great. His plan was dumb. But, you know, most of the villains' plans have to be dumb for Batman to be able to stop them mostly. I don't know. I love Liam Neeson in literally everything. Scarecrow was a nice addition to that film because it had a bit of comic book crazy, because otherwise it's quite grounded. Which is fine, but then you want a little bit crazy in there. And then The Dark Knight happened. The Joker is probably
incredible. I think Heath Ledger's like best performance, and it was so sad that like you never got to see anything else of him to that caliber. But that was just
stunning,
incredible.
Everything about his performance is amazing. I could go on about it for days. Some of the most notable scenes include where the first time he meets all of the mob bosses and he makes the pencil disappear.
Oh, that was gross.
And he's so practical yet insane, and he always backup plans on top of backup plans. It's basically how the Joker has been come to define in the comic books, and he's just the Lord of Chaos. Another notable scene when he recruits Harvey Dent.
Two-Face.
Stunning, because again, like really nice touches to that. For example, when Harvey Dent is pointing the gun at the Joker's head, and when the Joker's making him, and he's like, "You can shoot me if you want to." The Joker's actually holding the hammer down on the gun so he can't fire it even if he wanted to. It's really nice touches like that you don't notice unless you're paying real attention to it. They're just amazing.
How many times have you watched it? Go on.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's a bit of slapstick that works only for the Joker in the real world. Like when he's like setting off the bomb in the hospital and can't because the thing is delayed.
That was
genuine.
Genuine, wasn't
I heard
it?
that as well.
It was so he was pressing it and it didn't go off. So his reaction,
he just ad-libbed.
is ad-libbed. Like it goes off like a few seconds after it's supposed to have gone off. That was really cool.
It just works, and
that fight scene, with Batman and the Joker in the cell, where Batman is
just beating him up. Yeah.
That was like, so Heath Ledger had told Christian Bale to like go at him. He was like, we need to make this look really real. Like, just punch me. Don't like throw your punch. Just punch me. So that was all like realness. It's
amazing. And again, some really good lines like, "Nothing you can do with all that rage." I just love the Joker. The script is really good.
Fun fact for everybody: the first time that Brian made me watch the Batman films, the Dark Knight films, I didn't actually manage to watch the films all the way through because Brian spent so long telling me what was going to happen, what had happened, what this was in reference to, that I got so fed up that I was like, I'm not watching this, and I had to go and watch it on my own again because he was just like, "Oh, this is a great bit," and I couldn't watch it. I
am the worst person. It's true. No, yeah, it's fucking. Oh,
it was cute though that you loved it so much that you were like, "Oh, I have to tell you this bit.
Just so good. And like even the car chases that don't make sense, and the Batmobile that turns into a bike that sort of.
Is that the Tumbler
sense.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still really good.
What about the third one?
The right near the end scene.
Oh. You've got more to say.
Classic comic book kind of thing where the Joker's determined to prove Batman that everyone is secretly just trying to survive. It doesn't care about anyone else. And yeah, neither of the boats detonate the other boat. So good. And that whole scene building up to that where Batman has to disarm everyone, not kill anyone, and also take out the SWAT team that's trying to do the same thing as him at the same time. It's just really, really good. And yeah, absolutely stunning. Absolute massive shame that that Heath Ledger wasn't able to reprise his role. I've heard that there was rumours that they were going to make the sequel involve the Joker more in Arkham Asylum, but that was never to be.
Is that one, the Joker one, is that the one that has Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it as well?
Yeah. No.
Is that the third one?
The Dark Knight Rises. Sorry, I thought you were moving on. My brain was still thinking about Batman films and holes in there.
Let's talk about the third one.
Yeah, well,
Bane. You love a bit of Bane,
absolutely.
Don't you?
Tom Hardy, hamming it up, probably about as much as you could probably imagine. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Oh, you're such a cool.
Take control of your city. I could just do that all day. Yeah, quite a theatrical villain. Interesting that he had the mask was so hardcore on his face that you just couldn't hear him, so he had to redub every single line. And there's actually a comparison video on YouTube of him doing just that. You can hear the original audio for the lines, which is just like.
Was he a clanger?
Yeah, well, basically, he may as well have been, I guess.
If anybody doesn't know what the clangers are,
Tell your fucking life out of me.
Oi! Jeez! Go onto YouTube, look at the clangers. They are just my childhood. Brilliant. Soup Dragon.
Amen.
Respect.
But yeah,
Back to Bane, sorry.
Pretty well made. Again, as a film, it works. As a plot, it's.
I like the bit in the aeroplane.
Oh, the beginning, yeah,
where
that's
they
great.
rip the end of the aeroplane off.
Again, a lot of that was practical.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
God, Christopher Nolan likes Tom Hardy, didn't he?
Yep.
Just realised.
And Michael Caine and Christian Bale and...
He's got his little fanboy, isn't he?
He does. The Prestige. Michael Caine and Christian Bale in both of those.
Yeah.
Inception.
Yes.
Tom Hardy's in that as well.
No, he's not, is he?
Tom Hardy's in... He's the guy that they meet who's, I think, got a tweedy little mustache. And he wears a suit and they meet him and he's part of their team they have to recruit. I don't remember what he's for. It's been a while. I really like Inception.
I can only remember Ellen Page and Leonardo DiCaprio.
You've maybe seen the first 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I quite like Inception as well.
I think I've seen more than that.
I'm sure. Again, like, as films, some of the plots don't really work. Oh, well, just because we're talking about the Batman Dark Knights, I fucking hate one part of the Dark Knight. I really hate it. Your friend has just got back to you about the Game of Thrones, hasn't he? So Laura's friend Dale has just gotten back to Laura on watching the latest episode of Game of Thrones. What's he said? Come on.
I don't tend to swear on the podcast,
Okay,
so I don't want to do it.
You can go beep.
He's riding a beeping moose, not a horse. Not quite done yet, though, so no spoilers.
Finished. Sort your life out, Dale.
Come on, Dale. Finish.
Good grief.
the show.
Yeah.
Finish Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
Back to Batman.
So, something I really don't like about the Dark Knight film is one scene in particular which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Basically, he pulls a shattered bullet from a wall. So he draws the laser around a wall, like, to get the space around where a shattered bullet would be from the wall, and then takes that piece of concrete out of the wall, right?
Yeah.
I've just thought of another problem with that, which is he has no guarantee that all of the pieces of shattered bullet are within that small section that he drew. Like, there's no way of knowing where exactly the shattered bullet pieces went. So...
The reason that I'm laughing is that the amount of times Brian has discussed this point of the wall with me is getting on ridiculous, and he always gets so irate about the wall. So this is my life.
Gotta power through.
Carry on. This is my life.
People need to know.
Go on, my love.
Oh no, I've lost it. No.
Laser with a wall.
So
pulls out the bit of the wall.
So he pulls out a bit of the wall with shattered bullet inside, right? What he does is then he gets back to his base. He uses a huge gun that he's devised of his own, which would not have been the type of gun used to fire the bullet into the hole, because it's like a weird, complicated mechanical gun. So, problem number 2.
Wrong gun.
The rifling would be different. It would presume, unless it's actually built to fire bullets at different speeds and different types of bullet.
Let's say that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Let's go with that. So the gun's fine. We've gone. The gun's fine.
He shoots another bullet at another bit of concrete. And he scans the bit of concrete, and he uses the shatter pattern of that concrete to then piece together the shatter pattern of the other concrete. That doesn't make any sense. But more than that, when he scans the shatter pattern of the first concrete and puts it into the simulation to piece the bullet back together, they skip the bit where he does the same thing for the second piece of concrete. So when he puts it looks like when he puts the first piece of concrete bullet's shattered fragments together, that he gets a thumbprint off of the bullet he put in the fucking gun.
Brian Carter, everybody. That was beautiful. That was incredible.
Just doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make any sense. And yeah. Other than that, the films are great. Again, all the bad guys have stupid plans. Oh no, the Joker has really ingenious plans. There's no real flaws with the Joker's plan, but Bane's plan is dumb, but sort of super villainy, I guess. And Ra's al Ghul's plan is dumb. Yeah. We got there. We nailed it. No, that's pretty much what I have to say. I really like Cillian Murphy. Another one of
Scarecrow.
Another one of Christopher
Nolan's fanboys.
Yeah. Also in Dunkirk.
I like the lady.
The one who plays Rachel.
Yeah.
There are two Rachels. There is Miss Gyllenhaal from Maggie Gyllenhaal from 2, and then the first one I have no idea what Rachel is now. Different one.
Ra's al Ghul's daughter is in it too, Talia.
Oh yeah.
Where do we get to?
So
Talia al Ghul.
Talia al Ghul, yes.
She's pretty good, isn't she? But
Spoiler alert, we stopped the tape for a second because we were getting some interference. And we literally completely blanked on where we were. Carry on.
She's a bit of a bitch though, isn't she?
She's a crazy lady. She's the French
Doesn't
lady.
she
What's her
like...
name? Who's in Inception as well.
Non, je ne redirai. She plays that lady.
Yeah.
In a film.
Yeah. You don't speak French, do you? You're just making noises.
No. I know that... I don't know, but like...
It doesn't matter. I just took you down.
She...
That was unnecessary.
She, like, betrays Bane, doesn't she? She's really horrible.
She... No, I don't remember. No, Bane...
Doesn't she, like, kill Bane?
No. No. So what happens is... Bane is left to beat the shit out of Batman.
Break his back?
No. Way after the break his back, right at the end. Bane is left to beat the shit out of Batman. Catwoman appears on the Tumblr motorcycle, shoots Bane.
Who's Catwoman?
Never seen again. Anne Hathaway.
Blanked her.
I think you were asleep during most of these.
Well, I don't
films.
like Anne Hathaway anyway, so I would have blanked her.
Oh man, I'm such a fan of her in this film. She's great.
No.
And also...
No.
Dadass.
Because you see her shoes are stupid.
Yeah, all the time. It's great.
No.
No, with Catwoman, it's sort of impressive that she's still as agile as she is with her shoes. I don't know.
No, because you see her shoes change in the film.
Oh, during when she's fighting, when she's not.
Yeah, so she has flat shoes and then the heeled shoes, and you see them. So she's stupid. Don't like her. That's why I blanked her.
A second ago, you couldn't remember anything. Alright. Doesn't matter. I can't have you bad-mouthing my films.
Girlfriend.
I'm not really that into her. I said dad ass and I instantly regret it.
Yeah, you should do.
She's quite pretty, but she's also quite nice, so I don't hate her. And also, I can't objectify women without instantly feeling bad.
Okay.
But yeah.
So are we
Talia al Ghul.
So
Catwoman shoots Bane. He's never seen again. He just falls off. He doesn't fall off anything. He just falls into the back of the scene, and then Talia al Ghul takes the bomb to go blow it up, and then they intercept the bomb to go blow it up. They can't stop it for some reason. Batman's like, I have a flying jet thing. I'll use it to fly the bomb into the distance. Never seen from again. But then they're like, oh, who fixed the autopilot? Oh yeah, you can see someone right here fixed the autopilot. Whew, maybe Batman's alive. And then cut to I've forgotten where Arthur wanted to go and
Italy, wasn't it?
Italy, I think, yeah. And then he in his dream, all he wants to see of Master Bruce is him with a lovely girl sitting across from him, and you just nod to each other, and happy days. Everyone's happy. Everyone is happily ever after. But he felt like he was never going to get that as Batman. So when he does get it, it's kind of nice. But he's also with Catwoman at the end so they've run off together. That's kind of fun.
Okay, am I making it up then? Because I seem to remember a bit where she's like cuddling Bane or something on like the steps.
Right.
And he's like dying or something, and doesn't she like
so
abandon him or something?
That's her origin story. Is she was born in the pit, which is a stupid prison. We'll get to it. No, we won't talk about it because it's gone on for too long. Doesn't matter. She was born in the pit. Bane, massive guy, chose to protect her, keep her safe, and he helps her escape, and she makes the jump to get out.
But there's a bit where there's definitely
he gets basically killed for protecting her, and then that's the bit what you're
I'm
talking about.
I'm also remembering a bit where they're in like the paved room bit on the steps, and like doesn't she grab the bomb thing off of him? I'm gonna have to watch it and show you what bit I mean.
It doesn't happen. It's fine.
I think you'll find I remember stuff. Maybe not as good as you remember them, but I'm remembering that bit.
Like words,
clearly.
for example. Maybe not as better as you. Yeah. Well, no, I'll happily watch it again. Anyway, so... but, yeah, overall, pretty great movies in general. Absolutely love it. I kind of want to know what Dale's saying.
Okay, wait, we're gonna have Dale's thoughts on season 6.
Game of Thrones. Season 6, episode 5? 6?
Episode 6.
Live updates for you.
So, I'm not going to say that bit because that's a bit spoilery. Good Lord, what full stop and full stop episode full stop. Dale's words, watch Game of Thrones season 7, episode 6.
6, is it? Or 7, 6?
7, 6.
Oh, it is 7, yeah.
Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we are.
After Dale has closed our episode.
Yes. Once again, as we always wrap up, I'd like to thank 10 Years Gone for the opening theme song for the podcast. He is our good friend at I am 10 Years Gone on Twitter, no spaces. His profile picture is him on his computer with his big old beard.
Beautiful, luscious beard.
And
rub it.
Alright, that's weird. He is 10 Years Gone on every other platform. He's got songs available for you to buy on Spotify and iTunes if you're that way inclined. Yeah, I really like his stuff. I have to, I'm his friend, but I also quite like his stuff. Yes, you can find us at Twitter as well, at CR
Floor Pod.
Yes, at CR Floor Pod on Twitter, and Cutting Room Floor Pod on Instagram, which we never update. TCRF Pod on Facebook, so it's facebook.com/TCRF Pod. Cuttingroomfloor.blog is our website where all our episodes are hosted. We're also on YouTube. All our videos are also on Facebook. If you're listening to us on any of those platforms, let us know what your favourite comic book movies are. Even and some lesser known ones as well. Some ones that we can get hold of ourselves would be amazing. I am at BDogCarter on Twitter.
At Speckle_15.
And we will see you lovely folks another time.
Bye-bye now.